Today, we're going to look at actions that the ancient Stoics purposely stayed away from in order to live a peaceful, meaningful, and satisfying life. They aim to develop a strong and calm mind that cannot be affected by external factors. I will also share important thoughts and practices from famous thinkers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. If you understand what Stoics don't do and how they act, you can better appreciate their wisdom and apply their ideas to your own life. Stoicism helps us by telling us to concentrate on the things we can control and to understand that there are some things we can't control. By doing this, we can live a good life that is peaceful and strong. The Stoic way of living focuses on controlling ourselves, understanding our emotions, and seeking wisdom. These things can deeply impact how we grow and how we feel. As you go through this list of things Stoics don't do, pause and think about your own habits, behaviors, and thoughts. Think about how having a Stoic point of view might help you handle difficult situations in life with elegance, composure, and inner courage. If you're new to Stoicism or have been practicing it for a while, these lessons can make your life better and help you become the person you want to be. Excessive pleasure. Stoics believe that it is important to have self-control and be disciplined. This principle tells us to keep our lives in balance. It helps us handle our emotions and understand the world around us better. When we prioritize seeking pleasure, our actions are controlled by what happens around us instead of our own careful decisions. Having too much fun can make it hard to control yourself and make you act in harmful and impulsive ways. This can make us focus more on immediate pleasure rather than thinking about the future, which can take us away from living a good and wise life. This constant search for pleasure makes it harder for us to become the person we truly want to be. When we let our desires control our emotions and actions, there's a high chance that our behaviors will go against our own moral beliefs and principles. This can make us become less good, as we care more about feeling good in the moment instead of becoming better in the long run. By not seeking too much enjoyment and practicing self-control, we can learn to make conscious choices and live according to our own principles. This way of controlling ourselves helps us slowly develop a peaceful and stable inner state. It serves as a base for our personal growth and living a good life. By accepting this Stoic principle, we can strive for a happier and more balanced life by following our own values and virtues. Rising to anger. When we let anger take over, it controls how we behave and think. We start acting based on what's happening around us or what others are doing that upsets us. According to Epictetus, we let other people become our boss. Imagine getting really angry every time someone was mean, unthankful, didn't know things, couldn't wait, only cared about themselves, or didn't stay loyal. This anger will show in how you act, and when something other than you controls your actions, there is a real chance that it may not match the person you want to be. In simple terms, just like someone who seeks pleasure is influenced by their desires, someone who is angry is also influenced by things they can't control. Stoicism helps us avoid falling into this trap by teaching us how to master our emotions and react mindfully when we face difficult situations. By choosing to live according to Stoic principles, we can learn to control our emotions, improve our relationships with others, and become stronger in dealing with the difficulties that life throws at us. Feel envy. Feeling jealous can take over our thoughts and make us feel unhappy. When we keep thinking about what others have achieved or own, and we feel that we are not good enough or unsatisfied with our own life, we start comparing ourselves to them. Instead of letting envy bring us harm, the Stoic philosophy suggests a different approach. It tells us to be happy with what we have and to appreciate the achievements of others. Stoicism teaches us to be okay with the parts of life we can't change and to focus on the things we can change, like our thoughts, actions, and feelings. When we use this theory to understand envy, we realize that our negative feelings are actually more about us than the situations that seem to have caused them. One of the main principles of Stoicism is to seek goodness and knowledge. Instead of chasing after money or status, Stoic thinkers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius believed that our main goal should be to become better people and live according to our values. We can stop feeling jealous and focus on improving ourselves by working on developing good qualities on the inside. We can start to decrease the bad effects of envy and be happier in life by using these Stoic principles every day. We can become stronger and more able to handle life's problems by focusing on becoming wiser, better people. We can be happy for others and also focus on improving ourselves so that we don't let envy ruin our peace of mind. Blame. The Stoic philosophy tells us to not blame others, but instead think about our own thoughts and actions. If we choose to have a Stoic mindset, we will be better able to deal with difficulties in life by being more resilient, understanding, and having inner strength. There are many reasons why Stoicism tells us not to blame and point fingers at others. Pay attention to personal responsibility. Stoics thought it's better to focus on our own thoughts and actions instead of worrying about what others do. To effectively deal with a situation, we should focus on taking responsibility for ourselves instead of blaming others, even if they cause the problem. By doing this, we can actively try to find a solution instead of getting stuck in the cycle of pointing fingers. Recognize that most people have good intentions. Stoic philosophy tells us that people try to do their best with what they know and have. When someone does something wrong or acts in a harmful way, it's usually because they don't understand or can't tell what's right and wrong, not because they want to hurt others. By understanding this, we can treat others with care and kindness, trying to see things from their point of view instead of pointing fingers at them. Develop the ability to handle emotions better. It is common to blame others as a way to avoid taking responsibility and facing our own weaknesses. However, when we use this approach, it can make our ability to handle our emotions weaker. We may start reacting more strongly to what others do and struggle to deal with our own emotions. Stoicism teaches us to build inner strength and stay calm, so we can stay peaceful even when things go wrong. When we only focus on blaming others, we might accidentally prevent ourselves from learning and growing. If we take a Stoic approach and look at how we can make the situation better, we can become better and change, both as individuals and as a society. By doing this, we can turn difficult situations into chances for individual and group development. Promote good relationships. Blaming others can be harmful to relationships, causing distance and bitterness. On the other hand, the Stoic way tells us to try to understand and care about others, so we can create a feeling of togetherness and working together. If we avoid blaming others, we can build better and more peaceful relationships with the people around us. So when things go wrong, try not to blame others. Instead, try to see things from a Stoic point of view. Focus on what you can do to make the situation better and keep yourself calm. By doing this, you will be able to handle life's difficulties better and build better relationships with the people around you. Allow excessive fear. Fear is something we all feel, but too much fear can be bad for us and stop us from growing. By learning Stoic teachings, we can better deal with our fears and choose to be brave and reasonable when faced with life's uncertainties. Stoics thought that fear is a feeling that comes from our thoughts and ideas about things happening around us, similar to other kinds of emotions. Sometimes we worry or feel stressed because we believe things that aren't true or make sense. This can be avoided if we are more rational in our thinking. When we look at the thoughts that cause our fears, we can question these beliefs, get rid of the ones that are stopping us, and build a more fair and logical point of view. One important belief in Stoic philosophy is that we should concentrate on what we can control and accept what we can't control. Sometimes, our fears come from how we see things happening around us that we can't change or predict, like what other people do or how things turn out. By understanding that we can only control what we think, do, and how we react, we can learn to stop being overly afraid and focus on the parts of life that we can actually control. Complaint. The Stoics believed that complaining was pointless and harmful to our inner calm. In a world where people often vent their frustrations and complain, it might seem strange to meet someone who follows Stoicism. Stoicism is a philosophy that discourages such behavior. Stoics want to live a peaceful and good life, and they know that complaining only makes it harder to keep that peace. In this article, we will learn why Stoics really dislike complaining, using insights from the Stoics themselves. The Stoics thought it was crucial to understand and accept how the world works naturally, which they called the Logos. This cosmic order controls the whole universe, and everything that happens is because of it. By understanding that things happen as part of a bigger plan, Stoics can develop a mindset of being okay with what happens and feeling calm, even when things are difficult. In simpler terms, complaining is not accepting things as they are and suggests that we are not okay with how things are going. Another important concept in Stoic philosophy is that we should concentrate on what we can control and be okay with things that are out of our control. When we complain, we tend to focus on things outside of our control that we can't do anything about. Stoics believe that it is important for people to take responsibility for their own thoughts, actions, and reactions. They encourage individuals to be in charge of these aspects of their lives. Instead of constantly expressing dissatisfaction, Stoics think we should concentrate on finding positive ways to deal with a situation. Stoics think it's really important to be grateful. This means thinking about the good things in life and enjoying the present time. By learning to be thankful, we can feel happy and satisfied, which makes us less likely to complain. Additionally, being grateful can help us see that, even in tough times, there are usually things we can be thankful for. In simple terms, Stoicism teaches us not to complain, but instead to accept things, take responsibility for ourselves, be thankful, stay strong during tough times, and strive to be virtuous. If we avoid complaining and learn from Stoic philosophy, we can have a calmer and more satisfying life, even when we face difficult situations. Excessive materialism. Stoics think that being really happy doesn't come from having lots of stuff, so they try not to get too attached to their things. In today's society, where consumerism is important, many people are constantly wanting more material things and wealth. This often makes them feel unsatisfied and always wanting the next new thing. They feel like they're on a treadmill, always in pursuit of more. In a very different way, Stoic philosophy tells people to concentrate on growing wealth inside themselves. It highlights how virtues, wisdom, and personal growth are more important than things you can buy. Stoics think it's important to understand the difference between things we really need for a good life and things we only want because of what society expects or our own desires. Having enough food, a place to live, and clothes to wear is very important to stay alive. But wanting and buying too many things just for show often comes from always wanting more fancy and expensive things to show off how special we are. By understanding the difference and paying attention to what really matters, Stoics can learn to be happy and satisfied with what they already have. The Stoic philosophy also says that material things don't last forever and can be lost, broken, or ruined. By understanding that worldly possessions don't last forever, Stoics can let go of the constant need to acquire more and instead concentrate on developing positive qualities and knowledge, which never fade away. A similar belief of the Stoics is that real happiness and fulfillment can only be found within ourselves by growing virtues like wisdom, bravery, fairness, and self-control. These inner qualities do not rely on things outside of oneself and can bring a lasting feeling of happiness and calm. However, wanting more things can make you feel unhappy because there will always be something else you wish you had that is even better, newer, or more popular. In simpler terms, Stoic philosophy suggests that instead of always chasing after stuff, we can find happiness by valuing inner qualities. This means understanding what we truly need, being content with simplicity, and showing thankfulness and kindness to others. By doing this, we can escape the dangerous obsession with material things and find true and lasting happiness by living a good and thoughtful life. Self-pity. Stoics think feeling sorry for yourself is indulging in yourself, so they try not to feel sorry for themselves and focus on being responsible for their own lives. When people face challenges or difficult times, it is quite common for them to feel sorry for themselves and only think about their own problems and bad luck. However, Stoic philosophy tells us to think about hard things differently. It focuses on being strong, thinking logically, and getting better personally when faced with difficult situations. They think that everything in the universe, like human feelings and experiences, happens on purpose or follows a natural pattern. By agreeing with this idea, we can understand that tough times and obstacles are a normal part of life and happen to everyone, not just one person. This keeps us from thinking that we are powerless and helpless. The philosophy of being rational also tells us that our feelings about things are often because of how we think about them, rather than the actual things. This way of looking at our thoughts and beliefs can change irrational or self-pitying thoughts by questioning them and replacing them with more logical and unbiased options. Stoic philosophy also believes that it is important to take control and be responsible for our own thoughts, feelings, and actions. When Stoics understand that they have some control over their own experiences, they can avoid feeling sorry for themselves and instead concentrate on things they can actually do something about, like how they react to tough situations and developing good qualities. Finally, philosophy teaches us how to overcome self-pity and become stronger when faced with difficult situations. It gives us useful tools and knowledge to develop resilience, rationality, and inner strength. When we follow the teachings of Stoicism, we can let go of feeling sorry for ourselves and decide to live a life guided by wisdom, goodness, and becoming a better person.